The food has just gotten more and more processed, and kids just have more and more easy access. Not to say you should never eat out of a package, but eating out of a package, especially an ultra-processed food package, is in large part contributing to this over 50% of kids who has at least one chronic disease. Learning how to live in our modern world, take advantage of the conveniences, but then also know, hey, okay, let's step back and know where are the places that can move the needle in my health or my kids' health and prioritize that.
I think back to my childhood and think, oh, I was formula fed, oops, had those ear infections, so that oops meant a lot of amoxicillin, early antibiotics. Of course, wasn't anything special, but there was that early issue setting up in the microbiome from the start for me. How do you think about that, in setting parents up for success?
It's interesting to bring up the knowledge that babies who are born by C-section exposed to antibiotics, formula fed, they are more at risk for developing conditions like eczema, asthma, allergies, ADHD, behavioral concerns, anxiety. There was a recent study that came out that showed that 3 in 4 babies today, even vaginally birthed babies, are missing a very, very key bacteria called bifidobacteria. And bifidobacteria is what helps to train our kids' immune systems, help to train their brain development and their future hormones and their future metabolic health. We're seeing this now in so many babies, even if they're, quote, set up in the right way. So I want all families to know that the time to really think about preparing your baby's gut microbiome is now. Never too late, it's never too early. When we think about what our kids are eating today, though, even from the time they're little, all of these packaged ultra-processed foods and the increase, the explosion in what our kids have access to and what we as parents have access to is so different than when we grew up. Yes, we had the Skittles and the bazookas, and we had candy, we had soda, and we had packaged foods, and it was such an amazing American thing, to have these packaged foods. But now you go to the supermarket and the packaged foods take over the real foods. It's not even a matter of the artificial colors and the artificial preservatives. I have families in my practice as a holistic pediatrician who are already coming to me knowing that if it says artificial, they're going to put it back. I would say one of the most insidious factors that really very few people are talking about, the amount of added sugar that is getting into our kids' diets, even from the time they're babies, that is completely shifting their microbiomes and their metabolic health and their brain health. And so we need to start talking about that.
That's so important to share. I think people are getting more literate about food dyes, like it's a no red dye household, but kids are still struggling. So it's a great point. And think about the pressure being put on parents. This is a really hard world to navigate right now, and also take care of little ones. And you've got these aisles of beautiful little packaged pouches, and they say all natural. So what are some of the less obvious culprits that you haven't already named besides the food dyes and the preservatives? What do parents need to be looking for to reduce their kids' reactivity?
Well, I teach parents and kids. It is very important to teach kids as well how to read food labels. I teach them how to read food labels like a gut hero, because I want them to be able to point out and know when they're in middle school, when they're in high school, when they're in college, when they're making their own food choices, this is what I should get. And it's not just about eating bland, really boring, organic, natural foods, right? Your kids are going to roll their eyes at you. It's about learning how to make these better swaps. So really being savvy consumers. That's what we want our kids to be. Anything that says artificial, most families are going to know. There's enough press right now. You put the artificial colors back, right? The added sugars, they need to look at the labels and understand how much added sugar kids should have. Babies 0 to 2 years of age should have 0 grams of added sugar. That means that Yo Baby, #1 pediatrician recommended organic yogurt with 6 grams of added sugar per serving. Don't get that for your baby. What can you do instead? Get the whole fat, unflavored Greek yogurt. And if you want to put in some fruit puree, mash up some strawberries, some blueberries, some raspberries, whatever else you want in it, you get the natural sweetness of the fruit without the overpowering sweetness of the added sugar. So your kids develop a palate then for things that are naturally sweet. Now, one thing that I talk to kids and teens about that is really, I would say, one of the most insidious ways that added sugar all of a sudden explodes in your diet and adult diets too, is sugar-sweetened beverages. Number one culprit, because you go to Starbucks and you get that mocha frappuccino, or you get that whatever dragon fruit kiwi boba tea, right? That's what my son says. It's a healthier version, right? When you look at the grams of added sugar, one mocha frappuccino might have 55 grams of added sugar. For a lot of kids and parents, that doesn't mean anything. What is 55 grams, right? Well, 55 grams, that's about 13 teaspoons of added sugar. A kid 2 to 18 years of age should have no more than about 6 teaspoons of added sugar in a day. That puts it into context. So I talk to kids, okay, 6 teaspoons, right? You get that boba tea, the healthier one, that's still going to be about 7 teaspoons of added sugar right there. So just know, if you're going to have that thing, right, this is real life too, you can't just say no, right? You just say, look, if you were going to choose that, first of all, get in touch with your body and your brain, right? Notice how that makes you feel. Does it make you feel stronger? Does it not? Because you want to respect your body and love your body and brain and make the choices that serve you. And if you really still want that thing, have it, but then understand that you're kind of dipping into your sugar bank, so that you want to surround that with just stronger, healthier, low or no sugar foods for the next couple of meals, is how I view it.
What kind of compliance do you get from parents and kids with that?
It's always about the why.
Right.
I always teach kids about their gut microbiomes. We call them the tiny little friends in their tummies when they're little. We call them your microbiota and your microbiome when they're in middle school and high school. One thing about humans is we love to learn more about ourselves. When you can tie in the microbiome with whatever is going on with them, and really if they're coming into you with tummy aches or constipation or diarrhea, or they're coming in with anxiety or having trouble sleeping or wishing they didn't get in trouble at school so much, right? Or maybe they want to be a better athlete, run a faster mile, right? Have a more accurate goal shot. Or maybe they're a teen and they have horrible skin. Every single one of those you can tie back to their microbiome and let them know that there is this living ecosystem inside of us. The job of that ecosystem is to take care of us, but it can only do that if we take care of this ecosystem. I mean, kids in preschool learn how to reduce, reuse, recycle, and take care of the world and ecosystem around us. And we all know, if we don't take care of our earth, pretty soon it's not going to take care of us. Right? That we need to put that same logic to our ecosystem, especially little kids. I mean, they take such ownership of this. They're like, I want to take care of my friends in my tummy. You know, the happy hormones like serotonin or melatonin that help us feel, calm and help us fall asleep. And so for kids, for teenagers, talking about the microbiome skin connection, or kids who are always getting sick and missing birthday parties and missing, this or that. Right? Talking about how 80% of your immune system resides in your gut. So guess what? You want to stay healthy and make it to all those parties, you have to nourish your gut microbiome. I'm not going to say compliance is perfect, because even for adults, when is it ever perfect?
Right.
But when you understand the why, it makes it so much easier to follow the steps that I would love all kids and families to take. And it also helps to take the nagging away from the parents, because now kids have a reason to do it for themselves.